What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here for some more midweek burnout racing as these guys are out on the track getting ready for qualifying. Keith Hackney at the last minute takes the quick time in practice. Landon Moody second, Mark Thrash, Shane Haas, and Asher, your top five. Right now we are on with Tony. And the number 21 machine is there, qualifying. Quick little Johnny No Pants going to go to the top of the charts here early on. There goes Landon Moody to the top of the charts in the number 84 machine as he is out on the track. Last minute change coming to Richmond over Martinsville here for the series. As Mark Thrash leads the series in the points, he has been the most consistent at the top of the charts as Landon Moody comes across. Asher quick time. Did Moody step it up on lap number 2? He does as he goes back to the top of the charts with a 21.881. So Landon Moody to the top of the charts. We do have 2 laps here, so that is going to be it for Landon Moody's time. Shane Haas out on the track right now in the number 23 machine. He's been quick here tonight. Is Mark Thrash out there? He is not out there yet. So Shane Haas going to go out in the number 23, looking to put down a good qualified time here tonight. He definitely was looking quick in practice. Last week's Watkins Glen. How about those guys? They did a great job. Let's hear it for them in the chat. That was a fantastic race to watch. Shane Haas out on the track in the number 23 machine, putting down his qualifying time. Where will he put it? Looks like Cody Kinsey in the number 4 spot, last week's winner. Can he repeat? Came in first race of the season last week and getting the win. Can he go 2 in a row as Shane Haas is up to 6 on his first lap? He's looking to pick up the pace again here. Oh, Kinsey up to the number 2 spot. Moody's still out front. Asher in second. Great battle between Asher and Kinsey last week. Let's see where Shane Haas is able to put it after lap number 2. Looks like he got a little loose coming off of turn number 4 as he comes across the line. Does he pick up the pace? He does, but he's going to stay in that number 6 spot. Brandon Gibbs, Jory Nix, Tyson Banks, slide job. Randy Reeser out on the track. Will he try to slide job the field in turn number 1 tonight? Hopefully not. It won't end as well as it did last week. Yo, what's up, Jason? What up, what up, what up? Reeser currently 11th on the board as he comes through to complete lap number 2. Will he pick up the pace? Can he get himself into the top 10? He does. 6 quick for Randy Reeser. Mark Thrash out there starting his first lap. Man, he is up on the top. It is slick up there as he comes out of turn to number 4 to start his first lap of the night. Let's see what he is able to do. Let me turn up the race sound a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. He's going to send it into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of lap time. Yo, what's up? What's up, Bentley? As Mark Thrash comes across the line. Cody Nevin out there. Mark Thrash going to go second quick on lap number 1. Can he take the quick time here on lap number 2? Oh, he is sideways out of turn number 2. That might have cost him down the back straightaway. Looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes the trash can out of turn number 4. What kind of lap time will he put down? Will it be quicker? It is not. He's going to be second with one more really fast qualifier. Well, Cody Nevin's out there. Can't count him out either. As Keith Hackney goes out to start his lap. Cody Nevin going to be 15th quick after lap number 1. Let's see what Hackney's able to do. He's going to work on putting heat in these tires. I knew you would. I knew you would. Swank says Moody's his hero. Hey, there's a wall up there, Hackney. Wall high. All right, Hackney's going to start his second lap. Let's see if this is going to be a money lap for him as he sends it down into turn number 1 in that number 69 machine. Oh, you're good. You're good about missing that stream. Hackney into turn number 3 and 4. It is intense right now. Where did Nevin end up? Hackney, where is he going to end up? Hackney's 5th quick. Oh, that is not the time he was looking for. It looks like Cody Nevin back in that number 7 spot. As that is going to be the end of qualifying. We're going to get ready for heat race number 1. So Landon Moody going to start on the pole in heat race number 1. You know, if Landon keeps running races like this, Cody Nevin's going to incorporate a handicap next season. That'll put the bottom of the points up at the front and top of the points down in the back at each heat race. I just realized I was not live on TikTok. Yes, of course I am. I'm hearing people are getting banned like crazy. I'm hitting it right now. I forgot. I really just realized that I forgot to hit that. So I am getting that up right this second. Actually, as we speak, it is just now up. I literally just realized it. All right, let me go ahead and get that ready. There we go. Now I got the TikTok up. My bad, guys. My bad. As we get ready for heat race number 1. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting grid. Let me go ahead and put it to gap before I forget. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. I don't think anybody's really surprised, but it could have been one of 5 people. But it is going to be the number 84 of Landon Moody. Yeah, that everybody does. Lame. Outside of him in the number 93, last week's winner, Cody Kinsey. Starting inside, row number 2 here tonight in the number 69 machine. It's going to be Keith Hackney. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be no nose Cody Nevin. Starting inside, row number 3 here tonight in the number 2 machine. He is definitely close enough to do it. Will we see a repeat of Watkins Glen? Will Reeser go for the ridiculous slide job in turn number 1? We're going to find out as he's in that number 2, starting in that number 5 spot. Outside of him in the number 64, it's going to be Connor McGowan. I'm saying that wrong. He told me how to say it last week and I already forgot. Starting inside, row number 4 in that number 34 machine, it's going to be Brandon Gibbs. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Dalton DeRosa. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be Brandon Costello. Outside of him in the number 88, it's going to be Kevin Prettyman. Then rounding out the field here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be Remington James. 8 laps here as they head into turn number 1 and 2. I don't know if they're going to do 1 or 2 laps of pace in here. I guess we're going to find out here pretty quick as they come out of turn number 2. Landon Moody leading the way here tonight. I'll tell you what, Swing has gotten so bad. I thought about reporting people at times, and I was just watching. All right, we're going to get the 1 to go this time by Moody and Kinsey on that front row. This is not going to be an easy heat race for Keith Hackney or any of these guys. Hackney looking to take the win. He was definitely quickest late in practice. Thought he was going to get the pole here tonight. Well, not able to do it, and this is not going to be an easy heat race to take that W. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, we are looking for the green flag this time by user 634-2377-928817 says, "Go Moody." Yeah, I saw you were spotting for Asher. All right, guys, make sure you get the likes, shares, and follows out there. It is going to be a wild one here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Moody and Kinsey on that front row. Green flag is out. Green flag's out. Great move. Great jump by Hackney. Hackney's going to try to make short work of Kinsey. He's up underneath Moody. It's side by side for the lead in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hackney down on the inside. Moody up high. Drag race into turn number 3. Moody definitely will not make it easy. Demon on pit road report. Yeah. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Moody at the line as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Great thing about this is they can run as hard as they want. Doesn't matter if it's top or bottom. Tires will not be an issue as it's only 8 laps here in heat race number 1. It will be an issue for the feature, but not here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody leads the way. Hackney, Kinsey, your top 3. Nevin in that number 4 spot, but how about Reeser? Reeser holding strong in the number 5 position as Nevin's trying to move forward up underneath Kinsey through turn number 1 and 2. Reeser goes around. Randy Reeser hard into the inside wall. That's unfortunate for Randy Reeser as these guys come down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody continuing to lead. Nevin up to 3rd. Kinsey in 4th. Brandon Gibbs now in that number 5 spot. Whoa, we got one loose. It's going to be Dalton loose in that number 17 out of turn number 2. Somehow he held on to it. Fuel's going to be a bigger problem? Huh. I didn't know that. I figured fuel would be something they would have to worry about. Back up to the front. Moody continues to lead. There's nothing for them to worry about, though, here in the heat race. Only 8 laps in heat race number 1 as they come on to turn number 4. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Keith Hackney stalking the 84 into turn number 1 and 2. He is all over the back of him. Let's jump in the cockpit of the number 64. We're going to sit on the lap of Hackney. Hopefully we're not too heavy. As they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. You know, Hackney's got to sit here and look at my logo this whole time. That's just fucking great. Both of them going to grab the wall down the back straightaway as Hackney continues to try to reel in that number 84. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Moody leading the way. Hackney second. Do we have any battles on the track? This is probably the closest one on the track as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. One last time. It's going to be Landon Moody with the win here tonight. Hackney second, Nevin third, Kinsey, Gibbs, Connor, Prettyman, DeRosa, Costello, James, and Reeser, your top 11. So he raced number 1 in the books for tonight. And we are going to get ready for heat race number 2. Got quite a few viewers out there here tonight. Well, we're getting there anyway. Mostly on TikTok. Some of these guys will start to make their way in that are in the race as we get these guys lined up on the track for heat race number 2. Look who's on the pole here tonight. It is going to be the number 38 of Mark Thrash. Outside of him in the number 18 M&M's machine. He had a hell of a race last week. Finished second. He's looking to one-up that here this week. It's going to be Asher Hansen. These are ARCA cars, by the way, JRP. ARCA cars. Starting in the inside of row number 2 in that number 41 machine, it's going to be Johnny Gutekunst. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Alexander Smith. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Shane Haas. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 13 machine, it's going to be John Smeal. Outside of him in the number 95, it's going to be Jory Nix. Then in that number 5 row inside, it's going to be the number 82 of Jared King. Outside of him in the 21, it's going to be Tony Bassler. Sorry. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 33, it's going to be Robert Andring. Down the back straightaway, they're going to get the 1 to go this time by as they come into turn number 3. Let's see if they get that 1 to go at the line. Unless they 1 to go goaded already. I don't know if they did. But Mark Thrash going to lead the field to the green. Nope, they didn't. Thrash, go. And Boat always going for the trash can. Demon grabbing info. Thank you, Demon. All right, Thrash going to lead them to the green flag with Asher on the outside. Who's it going to be here tonight? Let's see. Did Asher make his way back? He did make his way back in. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, can Mark Thrash hold on for 8 laps to start second into tonight's feature? And I'll tell you what, the outside was not too bad. Landon Moody proved that in heat race number 1. Let me know out in the chat. We got 1 for Thrash. Who else has got a pick for heat race number 2 as they head into turn number 3 and 4? When's he going to fire off? Green flag is out. Great start by Asher on the outside. Thrash going to get away as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like John is going to slide into that number 3 spot as Alexander Smith's going to fall back. He's looking up underneath Asher out of turn number 2. They're going to keep it clean out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Johnny No Pants going to shove it up underneath the 18 of Asher into turn number 3. Oh, Tyson Banks gets tight up into Alexander Smith for the number 4 position. I don't know how I just managed to lose my water. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It looks like some tight racing here. Shane Haas up to the number 4 spot as we move back up front. Mark Thrash continues to lead the way. Thrash going to lead the way down into turn number 1 and 2. Can he hold on for 6 more laps? We're going to find out here pretty quick as they are turning down some lap times. 22 seconds a lap. These laps will go back quick tonight. I had to reach around the back of my seat to get my drink. I knocked it off the table and it rolled away on me. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Thrash leading the way. Asher in second. Johnny No Pants in third. Shane Haas in fourth. Alexander Smith able to survive in that number 5 spot. Tyson Banks in 6th. Here's where the battle's at. It's going to be from 7th on back. John Smeal gets a little loose out of turn number 4 as he's side by side with Jory down the back front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. I'm keeping an eye on the distances for the lead, but right now we're going to stay on this battle. Oh, is he going to make it 3 wide? Tony thinks about it as they head into turn number 3. He made him think he was going to make the move. Somehow nobody reacted, and he got back in line without a big mess as they come across the line. 3 laps to go. Nobody wants to finish last. Out of turn number 2. Oh, big stack up handful for Tony. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's now got to deal with Smeal. Smeal to the inside. Smeal falling back in a hurry as they come across the line. 2 laps to go. Here comes Tony. Tony going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. It doesn't quite work the same way as it does in dirt. He wasn't going to give you the ability to cut back up underneath them as they head through down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. White flag is out. We got a battle for second as they come across the line. 1 lap to go. Thrash starting to pull away 0.4 of a second over this battle for second. No Pants trying to get up underneath that number 18. I wonder if there's a prize. Maybe the trophy's a pair of pants for Johnny as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of 4. They're wrecking in the back. It's going to be Asher with the number 2 spot. So Mark Thrash, Asher Hansen, Johnny Gutekunst, Shane Haas, Alexander Smith, Tyson Banks, Tony Bassler, Jory Nix, Jared King, Robert Andring, and John Smeal rounding out the field. Whoa, what happened here? So let's see if we can figure out what did they... Oh, he just got loose. He just lost it. Oh, Andring nowhere to go. Oh, no. Oh, imagine being Robert. Nowhere to go. He's just cruising around, minding his own business. And we're going to go back to that. He's just cruising along, right, minding his own business, and Smeal decides to cut the grass. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah, see, he sees him go down there, nothing to worry about. He's just going to cruise, and all of a sudden, nowhere. Oh, my God. Oh. What's up, Riley? What's up, buddy? All right, so no caution flag. Is that no caution flags in the heat? Yeah, I know. You want to see? I failed tech. I'm cheating. I probably got the wrong setup in. Hold on. You want me to make you happy? Look at that. I passed, demon. All right, so it's going to be interesting tonight. It is starting to get dark. It's going to be totally different than what we've seen earlier. Look at that sky, man. It looks great, honestly. As these guys come across the line, they're going to get a couple laps in here. About 3.5 minutes left. You got a lot of information. A lot of information, says Demon. Hold on. Demon says he's got a lot of information.
I was getting more info.
What?
I was still getting info, but
all right, so
there's a lot of info I'm getting.
What's going on down there?
So some of them are talking about their tires.
Yeah.
They don't know which way it's going to play out for them. Is it going to be the tire strategy, or is it going to be a long run or a short run strategy?
All right, so this is my opinion.
You guys got about 2.5 minutes left.
There's going to be a lot of cautions early,
once again,
and then it's going to be a long run at the end.
50% fuel, admin yellows only.
And based on what Moody's been telling me, they've only got 3 sets of tires to work with.
Yeah, they got three extras, right?
That's what I've been told.
Three extra sets. So they got the set that they start with, and then plus 3.
Yep. So 4 sets for them.
Yeah. So playing strategy. I mean, I don't think they have to be too. I mean, they got to think that's 30 lap runs. Oh my God! I just watched death on the stream. They do have 60% fuel, so that's going to make it interesting.
And how many laps are they doing?
120. So they can pit every 30 laps.
Yeah.
For tires.
I don't think we're gonna see that many. Like, we're gonna see a little bit of a different strategies played. I don't see, like, they only have 4 sets to work with.
Yeah.
And it's 100. There's 120 laps.
Yeah.
So I see more fuel stops than tire stops. Like,
how many laps do they have for fuel?
I did not find that out.
Oh man, what good are you? You're fired. You're fired. That's it. Can we get an F in the chat for Demon? F in the chat.
That's what I was asking about. That I got moved. I was like, what the heck?
We'll go back down there and ask. See, Brody gave you enough.
Yeah.
If I got a few more Fs, it looked like your report card, right? Shane said 60, so which is enough.
Oh,
because 65 is passing.
Yeah.
The track temps. This is going to be a big change. The track's going to be a lot faster as it gets darker, so that's going to be interesting too.
I'm curious of how some of these guys are thinking. Do they want to stay in the back more often, or do they want to go up towards the front and try to take a few laps on their own?
The other thing you got going right now, the track temp and the outside temp is 83, which is all manageable. If that track temp stays, in that 80 something range, they should be all right. But if it gets cooler, it's going to start to get slick again because there's going to be lack of grip because it's too cold too. But it's going to be a different kind of slick than too hot. So there's a lot that's going to happen here tonight. Let's see what the weather looks like. We can look at the weather. All right,
that's what Moody was talking about as well. Was he's not 100? He was confident what he had for qualifying in practice, but he doesn't know how confident that setup's going to be for the night run.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't have what to work with.
Well, go find out more info, Demon. I just figured to give you a hard time. It's going to be easier for you to get down there than me, so I'm going to move you down one, but I got to go through the starting grid.
All right.
All right, buddy. Have fun. I think I just screwed him. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Oh, I forgot at the top 6 invert.
I extended the grid timer, you guys. If you guys got to go piss, like I said, this isn't Dega.
All right, so they did extend the grid time. They gave him 2 minutes.
Run quick. So if you guys got to piss, do it now. That's Hackney just went and did it. So.
All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the number 41 machine, it's going to be Johnny No Pants Gutekunst. Outside of him in the number 11 machine, it's going to be No Nose Cody Nevin. Starting inside row number 2 here tonight in the number 18 machine, it's going to be Asher Hansen. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Grip Hackney. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 38 machine, it's going to be Mark Thrash Can. Outside of him in the number 6, it's going to be Landon Moody. You going for Basler? What's up, Harold? Starting inside row number 4 in the number 93, last week's winner, Cody Kinsey. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Shane Haas. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 34 machine, it's going to be Brandon Gibbs. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Alexander Smith. Inside row number 6 here tonight in the number 64 machine, it's going to be Connor McGowan. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside row number 7 in the number 88 machine, it's going to be Kevin Prettyman. Outside of him in the number 21, it's going to be Tony Basler. He's got some work to do. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Dalton DeRosa. Outside of him in the number 95, it's going to be Jory Nix. Starting inside row number 9 here tonight in that number 77 machine, it's going to be Brandon Costello. Wow, Costello. I don't know why I messed that up. I was way overthinking that. Outside of him in the number 82, it's going to be Jared King. Starting inside row number 10 in the number 36 machine, it's going to be Remington James. Outside of him in the number 13, it's going to be John Smeal. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 2 machine, it is going to be Randy Reeser. Outside of him in the number 33, it's going to be Robert Andring. I'll tell you what, Reeser starting inside row number 11. Let's see if he can slide it to the lead. I mean, he would have tried it to Glen. I don't see why he wouldn't try here. As they come down the back straightaway into turn at number 3 of 4, it is going to be 1 to go at the line as the sun is setting here tonight. 22 cars set to do battle here in the midweek burnout, brought to you by Factory 11. Let's get ready for some racing here tonight. Let me know in the chat who's your pick as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Uh-oh. Somebody's on the weed, I guess. All right, guys, make sure you guys are getting those likes, shares, and follows in. Let's get some people up in the chat here. Let's get some people up in the chat as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag, this time by Johnny and Cody Nevin, bringing up to the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Oh, Nevin just did not go as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. I want to jump back here. I want to see if everybody makes it as they jockey for position in 1 and 2. Can they keep it lean and green on lap number 1? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Everybody tiptoeing through turn number 2. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Johnny No Pants Gutekunst leading lap number 1. No Nose now that in that number 2 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Is Asher going to hold strong in third as we got Moody and Hackney battling it out for that number 4 spot. This is a battle. This is going to be a rivalry right here between Moody and Hackney. Both these guys very evenly matched each and every week. And I'll tell you what, I don't know who's going to come out ahead in this. You're going for Reeser from the back. He's got some work to do, Jonathan. Oh, down into turn at number 3 and 4. We got a battle for the lead as Nevin, Nevin going after No Pants Gutekunst into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead. Mark saved it. About time. I didn't even see it. Yeah, he dropped back to 7th. Down the back straightaway, or front straightaway into turn at number 1 and 2. It looks like Nevin had to back out of it as we got Asher and Hackney still side by side out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Moody as Hackney fell in line up underneath Asher. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. So far, they've kept it lean and green 4 laps in as we got a battle for the lead again. Here comes Nevin up underneath Gutekunst down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead as it looks like Moody has finally cleared Asher for the number 3 spot. He's up into the top 3 as they come down the front straightaway. That top side just too strong as they head into turn number 1 and 2. You got Asher. That's always a good pick. Asher will be solid here tonight. It's a long race. As I say that, he grabs the wall. Mark Thrash has got to be feeling a type of way. He's got to make his way around Shane. Okay, now he feels better. As we got the top 7 nose to tail down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. They have pulled away from the rest of the field as these guys try to get things figured out back in the pack. Looks like Kinsey struggling a little bit here tonight as he has fallen back 3 spots in that number 93. Yeah, we got a few people out there rooting for Asher. We got some voting for Basler. We have 1 for Reeser. Reeser's already up 3 spots to the number 18 position as we watch this battle here. These guys, we got a battle for the lead as Nevin to the outside of Johnny down the back straightaway. I don't think that was where Johnny No Pants wants to be. Johnny No Pants is down on the bottom side right now, is looking like Johnny No Chance as he's got Landon Moody to his outside. I didn't even notice. I got to turn that on. Riley and Cam, thank you for the goats. Appreciate that as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Thank you for letting me know. I can see the chat. I got to figure out how to get that into the chat over on OBS. As Nevin leads the way, Landon Moody in 2nd, Johnny in 3rd, Hackney 4th, Asher in 5th. Here comes Hackney up underneath Johnny Gutekunst into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to try to make short work as Moody is now up into the number 2 spot, stalking Cody Nevin. It looks like Hackney not able to make his way around the 41 as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Guys, we are 10 laps into this one. 10 laps into this one. So far, clean and green. Shane Haas leading this front pack. Man, they got 1.4 seconds over the rest of the field. Oh! Shane Haas into the wall out of turn number 2. Nevin continues to lead as Moody is stalking him in that number 84 down the front straightaway. He's just being patient right now. You know, if you're Moody, you know you're a little bit quicker than Nevin. How anxious are you to get around him? Are you trying to save? Looks like he's trying to get up underneath Nevin down the back straightaway into turn number 3. There are a few things you're seeing that are true. What do you mean, Demon? And down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2. Wow. Moody almost to the back of Nevin. Couldn't find his way around. He might be just content with following for now. Let Nevin use up those tires. Be smart with those tires right now. I'm pretty sure that's what Hackney's doing. As Asher going to move up the track. Here comes Shane Haas up underneath. Or not Shane Haas. Mark Thrash up underneath. So Mark Thrash getting himself back up into the top 5. He is quick here in that number 38. What do you mean, just staying nose to tail? Yeah, these guys are all going to be smart. Oh, yeah, they're just being smart right now. They're just trying to get themselves settled in. As it looks like Ash are going to fall back to this group, to the back of this group as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They continue to extend their lead over the rest of the pack as these guys racing hard. Here comes Reeser. Reeser's up through the field. He's up 4 spots. He's looking for 5. Couldn't quite clear James. He's going to fall back in line. Oh, big hit. Big hit as Dalton gets into the back of Cody Kinsey. Kinsey going to go backwards in a hurry. He's back 11 spots to the number 18 position. Looks like he might be having a little bit of internet malfunction here. That might be playing a role here tonight as Landon Moody takes the lead away from Cody Nevin. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to be smart. If we get a long green flag run, last thing you want to do is use up those tires. You might be playing the gas mileage thing here tonight. We could have green flag pit stops here. That could wreak havoc on the field here tonight. Those guys with the most experience, this is going to be a tough track to make pit stops at. And if they got to do it under green, there's some guys here. Moody, John, Hackney, Mark, Shane, Asher, they got to be some of the best prepared for that. I don't know where Nevin is when it comes to green flag pit stops. Oh, Moody going to get the ball down the front straightaway. Here comes Nevin back up underneath them as they head through turn at number 1 and 2, side by side. Nevin is making Moody use those tires. This might be playing into the advantage of Hackney. Oh, Nevin gets tight, pushes up into Moody. They're still touching. Moody going to fall all the way back to the back of this pack as they come out of turn number 4. Johnny No Pants going to take the lead back. Here comes Mark Thrash looking for second. He was already up underneath Hackney. That might have helped him a little bit. They're going to touch out of 2. Hackney tried to pinch him down, and Mark wasn't having it as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Mark does fall back to the number 3 spot, but he was not trying to let... Oh, Haas into the wall. Haas going to get in the wall. They're going to freight train him down the front straightaway into 1 and 2, and this is not... It's going to let the group catch him from behind, but they are way too far back to really make a difference as these guys are racing hard up at the front. Here comes Moody back up underneath Asher trying to make his way back forward. He couldn't be happy about that contact there. Nevin did mic up and apologize. He just got tight in the corner, pushed Moody up. Moody paid the most for it as he's trying to move his way up to the field. All right, yeah, jump up around lap 30. How many laps do they have for gas? How long is a green flag run for these guys on gas? Johnny going to continue to lead. Keith Hackney second. Mark Thrash in third. Here comes Moody making his way back up through as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. I am actually quite impressed with this group keeping it green for 21 laps so far here tonight. These guys getting comfortable. This could get pretty wild somewhere in the middle when these guys get comfortable and go back green flag racing. They're really going to be pushing for spots in the back, trying to move their way forward. Here comes Hackney trying to peek up underneath Johnny for that number 1 spot as they come out of turn number 2. And I will tell you, Mark Thrash probably won't race anybody. Well, I don't know. He might race Hackney pretty hard after pinching him down out of turn 2. But I guarantee the person he's going to race the hardest is right behind him. It is going to be the 84 of Landon Moody. He knows he's the one to beat. They've had their share of mix-ups on the track, but he leaves the bottom open. Moody tries to peek up underneath. Can't quite get there. It is a good track. It is definitely a good track. You are not lying, Jonas. Down into turn number 3 and 4, going to be 24 laps in the books. This is great racing up at the front. I'm not going to lie. It's hard to get away from it. Let's go take a look, skim through the field, take a look and see what's going on in the pack. Randy Reeser up 6 spots up into the number 15 position. He spun out in his heat race, ended up at the back of the pack. He's got the speed. He's just got to keep them wheels up underneath them as they come out of turn number 2. Looks like Kinsey trying to make his way back forward. We got battles at the back of the pack. 3-car battle back here around the 20th spot. These guys are, 15 seconds back. That means the leaders aren't too far back from these guys at this point. So lap traffic definitely looking to play a role as Moody gets tight, almost up into the door of Mark Thrash. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, looking for turn at number 1 and 2. Mark's going to give him the room and duck in between. Parks it in front of Asher out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Asher way sideways out of turn number 2. Down the front straightaway so far, keeping it lean and green. Asher, look at this. Ain't even lap 30. You already made your way up here. What's up, Demon? Any good information?
What's up? So, I've already been exploring. They have 60-plus laps. They can run a green.
Okay.
They they've already been talking about the tires. Asher's been. This is interesting info about Asher. Asher's been saying when he gets on 2, he's tight when he's side by side with someone.
Huh.
Which that just tells me, are the tires already playing a factor? As we already see some people already trying to go find different lanes to find the clean air, more.
Oh, here comes Moody up underneath Hackney. As we got a battle for second. How did Moody react when him and Nevin got together? I mean, that was pretty big contact for those guys.
Let's just say he is not a happy camper. Not at all happy camper.
Nevin just pushed a little bit. I know he mic'd up and apologized, but I am killing my frames right now because I'm streaming in Discord. Yeah. I was trying to keep you up to date, but we're gonna go ahead and it was jumpy. All right, so great battle up here at the front. I'm curious if they're going to split it. 60 laps means they can make it on one pit stop, technically. One pit stop.
That was another thing I was talking about. How do they want to do their stops? Moody and Shane thinks if they can baby it all the way, like stay green, maybe have 1 or 2 cautions, they can probably go on one set of tires all the way to the finish.
I have a question, though. It could be interesting, and I know you can't talk to these guys. Wow, we almost had some trouble at the back of the pack. If these guys decided to, they are 2x2 up at the front pack. I don't know if you're watching the stream. They are 2x2 for second on back. If somebody in the back of the pack decided to make it a 2 pit stop, if it went green the whole way, Moody gets tight up into Hackney. A little bit of contact there out of turn number 4. But if somebody in the back decided to short pit it and make it a 2 pit stop race, taking right sides maybe sometime around a little bit earlier and then taking 4 tires later on and some more gas, or taking 2 tires twice, this could be interesting. I don't know what the left side wear is, but there is some strategies in getting that extra tires. Moody gets tight and pushes Hackney almost up into the wall. Lap traffic is here as they head into 1 and 2 as they make their way around Robert Andring in turn number 1 and 2. But there could be some strategies that these guys play as they are dodging the lap car of Andring down the back straightaway.
Which that was another big question I asked him is how much harder is it going to be when they have the lap traffic in the way, when they finally get up to the lap traffic? Because I'm already proving right now, they've already split it up into probably 2 or 3 different groups. Everyone's trying to find their friend, who can they go with, who's going to be the one that can help me more.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, that was so close. No pants, almost into the lap car there. The 77 of Brandon almost getting together with the leader there. Man, this is getting sketchy. As here comes Asher up underneath. We got one spinning. Lap car spinning. Brandon going around. No yellow flag. They keep it green. What a save, really, by the 77 as he makes contact with one of the lead cars. He splits up this pack a little bit. That really hurt Shane and Mark Thrash. They lost the front pack by about 1 second. Now they're going to have to go back to work and try and catch those guys.
Which that was another big thing is they've been mentioning is they don't want to get splitted up. If they get splitted up, it's going to hurt them more and it's going to hurt their strategy.
I'm wondering if Mark just got some damage from the lap car. I think he's got a little bit in the back. He might have gotten hit from behind. But that cost Mark. Mark's been getting the worst of a lot of this.
And the only thing that I've heard from Mark is he's not too happy with lap 2. And ever since then, he's been quiet. And it's kind of scary hearing that. Just silence.
It's got to be wild in there. All right, so let's see what happened with the lap traffic. Did he get into it with Keith? No, that wasn't Keith. Let's see what happened. Does Nevin get into him? Mark gets into him. It just tightened up there. What a save. What a save by Brandon there. I don't know if you're watching the stream or how delayed it is, but man, what a save by the 77.
It's right on point with you. And they're all trying to figure out.
Here comes Moody for the lead.
Yellow.
Yellow on the track. Let's go take a look and see. It was Remington James with issues.
pace car in one.
Oh, he just
Yeah,
lost
they
it.
said
I
no.
don't. He just lost it out of 2. I don't know if he had damage. That was a weird wreck.
All right, so for those of you guys who are lapped
Either that
down,
or
you guys
they
gotta
stepped out
stay
from
out.
underneath him
When
and
everybody
he
else
just
pits, you stay out, you get your lap
couldn't do
back, and you
anything.
can pit the next time by.
I don't know. Maybe he had damage. Maybe he clobbered the wall. But wow. All right, I'll let you go back to doing what you're doing. I appreciate the information, buddy.
No problem.
Stay to
All
the right going down the
All
pit
right. So we got a couple cars down on the pit road. By a couple, I mean everybody. Nobody is staying out. 41 laps into this one. Man, they can't make it. They still have to make one more stop, but that's going to make the last stop. If this goes green the rest of the way, this is going to make the last stop really interesting here tonight. Definitely going to make... Oh, did Jory miss his pit stall? He missed his pit stall in the 95. No. Where I'm pretty sure he missed his pit stall. I think he went down there. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he stayed out. That is odd. Is Hackney going to win the battle off of pit road? Johnny in second, Landon Moody third. Pit stops can be chaotic here, so let's take a look. It looks like everybody took tires, but oh no, John beat one off of pit road, but Hackney having a stellar stop. Pit time was almost 2 seconds quicker than Johnny Gutekunst. Jory does go on to pit road this time, as it is going to cycle through. Mark Thrash has lost a few positions. Oh, he's still on pit road. Oh, he's coming back on pit road. Does he have damage? He might be playing a little bit of strategy here. So as it stands right now, it is, I mean, if he's taking gas, he might be playing the long run here, because he'll be able to take a little less gas than everybody else to make it to the end of the race. That could be time on the track. Definitely some strategy to be played here. Maybe he had that much damage that he had to go back down and use his fast repair. Not 100% sure, but Mark Thrash having issues back on pit road. As here comes the pace car. He's going to have to rush off here. Mark, why are you back on? Mark's going a lap down. Mark is going a lap down. Oh, no. Mark Thrash, our points leader, going 1 lap down. Not sure what happened there. He can't be happy. He cannot be happy right now. And they are coming to the green. Mark Thrash going to pull out 1 lap down. He will get that lap back. New information. What happened to Mark? Why did Mark have to go back down on pit road and go a lap down? Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4, heading down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Johnny Gutekunst going to lead the... Oh, big wreck! Big wreck! Oh, they stack up. Oh, my God, death. In turn, coming into turn number 1, big wreck. Big wreck here. Coming to the green. Let's go take a look and see what exactly happened. Oh, he just got in the back. I think that Prettyman might have missed a shift, and Basler just gets in the back of him. Did he miss a Yeah, he must have missed a shift. He must have missed a shift. Oh, my God. Nowhere for Banks to go. What a wreck here. Brandy's going to get caught up in it. Let's take a look from the blimp. Oh. Watch this hit. Boom. Took about 4 cars out right there. Big wreck going into turn 1. Lap 1 of this restart. And now they're going to be making their way onto pit road. Here comes Mark Thrash. Thrash going to get his lap back. Oh, my God. Well, this got interesting on a whole nother level. Uh-oh, Demon's back. Demon's back. He says he's got more info. He says he's got more info.
So, Mark, so the reason why Mark had to come back down pit road is he had over a minute damage. And we were just talking about this right before the yellow came out, was the tires. We were all curious about those tires. How are they going to look?
Yep.
Moody's left sides were both 96.
Okay.
And his right front was 87, and his right rear was 80. I don't want to say. Can't remember off the top of my head.
It's actually not that bad for a 40-lap run.
He's more mad at himself because
He didn't run hard enough.
Could have just he could have two-tired. He only wanted he just realized that he could have just done the right sides. Those tires were, the left sides were still pretty much brand new.
Yeah, well, he didn't really lose much taking 4, and he knows for later that could be a play for later. And it's going to be interesting if we get green flag pit stops because
that was another thing.
Now that they are pushing 70 laps to go, it's going to be about a 70 lap run. They're going to have to pit, right?
Asher, Shane, Mark, and Moody all are short. They are confident that they're going to miss it barely.
So a splash in 2 tires might make sense.
Probably is what they were talking about. They didn't want it to all come again.
Yeah.
That caution was too early for it.
Oh, yeah.
What they're trying to think of is either they want to try to save enough to see if they can extend out maybe to that fuel window and see how their tires are doing, or they're going to try to save and try to pit right before the next yellow if they can.
Could be interesting. I appreciate the information, Demon.
No problem.
Green flag is back out as Johnny No Pants going to take him into turn number 1 and 2, but Hackney not going to let him go so easy this time as they come out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Coming through turn number 3 and 4, they're side by side. They touch a little. Hackney going to lead it at the line that time by. Here comes Moody in that number 84 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. If we get a green flag run here, which I think we're going to get we might get a flurry of cautions here. These guys have the seat time now. So we got a little bit of contact behind these guys. They keep it straight. How about Brandon Gibbs up here in the front pack? So Gibbs shaking it up in the number 34. Oh, Moody's going to give a big push to Johnny No Pants into turn number 1 and 2. Pushing Johnny up as Gibbs going to hit the wall out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for that number 2 spot. Johnny No Pants trying to hold strong on the bottom side, but that is not the place to be. He's going to move up to the top. They're going to get single file. Here comes Asher looking down low. Asher going to try to go for the move down low. Got to be careful here. Here comes Shane Haas following behind him, trying to get up underneath Gibbs down the back straightaway. We got to keep an eye on Mark. Mark might play a strategy here. He might be in a position to try and save some fuel. This could be very interesting. He could go with the splash and go, being in the position he is. He's not getting pushed as hard. He's not getting run over. He could probably... Oh, we got a wreck out of turn number 2. Big wreck. Cody Nevin hard into the inside wall. Caution flag comes out. What happened here? Does Nevin... Nevin might have come down. Obviously, yeah. Nevin might have come down a little bit. Moody, Moody coming up naturally out of the corner, and I think they just made contact in the middle. Nope. Moody coming up the track is what it looks like there. We got to look at this from different angles because you can't always tell. Yeah, Moody came up. Nevin was a little bit more off the wall than he probably thought he was. That one's going to be... That one's going to be on Landon Moody as Nevin takes a big hit into the inside wall as he is on pit road. Did he? No, he didn't have to tell. He's going to pull off of pit road, keep it on the lead lap. As Hackney is our leader, Landon Moody second, Johnny No Pants third, Shane Haas fourth, Brandon Gibbs in fifth. And I'll tell you what, this is where the strategy is coming in. These guys are thinking about making it the whole way. So caution flag out for the second time here tonight. Hard racing. All right, so Hackney leading the way. Moody in second. Johnny No Pants in third. Shane Haas fourth. Brandon Gibbs in fifth. Your top five right now. And how about John Smeal up to the number 7 or 8 spot? As the caution flag comes out, so the field shaking up. Cody Nevin back on pit road. As the caution flag comes out, yeah, definitely, I definitely feel like that would have been, that should have been a caution. All right, so caution flag number 2 as the pace lights are out. We are going back. Green flag racing. Oh, Mark Thrash and Ash are playing a little bit of strategy here. We are in that window of being able to make it the rest of the way. That has to be their thought process. We're going to hit the halfway point here, 1 lap after the green. They can make it, and these leaders can't be too far off either if they've been saving. Remember, gas came into play last week. Could it again here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Then we get another pit. If we get another caution with about 40 to go, I'll be curious to see who comes in for tires as Gibbs throws it in there. Almost demolishes Landon Moody there as they come out of turn at number 2. Moody going to hold it strong on the outside, gets into the back bumper of the 41 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Shane Haas in the number 5 spot, trying to find his way around Gibbs, keeping it strong up at the front of the pack as they head into 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1. Yeah, a little bit of damage here. Won't make a big difference depending on what. Oh, we got a caution out on the track once again. Not really sure what caused that caution. Oh. Well, now I know. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got a couple people wrecking in turn number 1 and 2. Basler gets caught up again. No. Oh, so a lot of people getting caught up in that one. Caution flag is out once again. Nowhere for some of these guys. Oh, no. Oh, where were you going? Kevin. You can't park there, bud. All right. I got to do this to you, Kevin. Kevin just goes, exit stage right. Boom. He just nailed himself. Oh, you forgot your time. Ah. I'll tell you what. I'm more wondering what Kevin was doing there. He just said, I've had enough. He just unalived himself. Oh, Moody and Shane. So they'll be good the rest of the way. I don't know if they haven't ran a lot of green flag laps. I'm curious. They'll probably take tires. It's been a pretty clean race. I mean, you almost would just to have that advantage from this point. Reeser down on pit road. It could go green. We are slowly dwindling this field, so it could go green the rest of the way here. They definitely have the potential to do it. Dalton on pit road, Reeser on pit road. These guys taking advantage of this pit stop, this caution as the pace car leads them down the back straightaway. I can't tell. Is that? No, the lights are still on. Okay, so lights are still on the pace car. Let's see if it gets 1 to go this time by. We got 5 new follows over on TikTok. I didn't even realize it. 1 to go, guys. 1 to go. We are past the halfway point. These guys that pitted definitely can make it 100% for sure the rest of the way through this one. Mark Thrash back up into the top 10. Asher back up into the top 10. Those guys should be good the rest of the way if it does go green. Let's take a look. Did Moody take tires? Moody did not take tires. Neither did Shane. Nevin did, unless they took damage. As they look for the green flag out of turn number 4, side by side out of 4. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Tire wear isn't that bad here, surprisingly, so I don't know if tires are going to make that big of a difference, but as those tires wear out, you wear them out even more. As John Smeal up 16 spots into the number 4 position as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. These guys jockey in 4 position in turn number 3 and 4. Asher and Mark side by side as the 64 just ahead of Connor trying to find his way around Kinsey. Kinsey now up into the top 10. There you go. Out of turn number 2 down the back. Oh, the 64's around. Big hit into the inside wall. Big hit for Connor as he goes around down the back straightaway. Single car wrecks usually are not going to bring out the caution unless it is a danger for the field, and there's no caution flag here that time as they come out of turn number 2. They're trying to keep it green down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Hackney with a great run. How about the run out of Johnny Gutekunst in the number 41? He's had a phenomenal run. As we got issues? No, just slow drivers. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Sorry. So Nevin has fallen way back. Nevin definitely had the potential of, running up front and having a chance for a solid top 5, maybe a podium or more, as he's going to make his way through lap traffic back here. He is going to need a little help tonight to make something happen at this point, as we see Mark Thrash trying to make some moves. He's up underneath Kinsey. They're going to make contact in 1 and 2. Here comes Moody. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4 out of turn 4. Side by side, Kinsey and Moody down the front straightaway. Mark Thrash got pushed back to 9th as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Asher and Shane Haas trying to find their way through also, as we got some of these fast guys deep in the field, as Keith Hackney and Johnny Gutekunst lead the field out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. It's going to be single file up at the front. This action really is about Moody on back. We're going to say, the 747 and Moody. So Moody is in 6th. So 6th on back as these guys try to make their way up through the field. We know some of these guys are fast. They want to make short work of the field as Mark Thrash has fallen behind Asher. He can't seem to get out of that 9th position. Down through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Asher gets loose, almost goes around. Mark has to cut up underneath them. They're 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. Mark setting in there, sliding up underneath Banks as they come out of turn 2 down the front, or 4 down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Oh man, it is sketchy. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be single file up ahead of this battle as Mark Thrash tries to make his way out of the number 8 spot. But Banks is not making it easy as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Shane Haas nowhere to go in that number 10 spot. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. Mark got a little loose there. That back end snapping out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. You got to wonder what this is doing to their tire wear, trying to make their way up through the field as they make a little contact. Out of 2 as John Smeal almost goes around. Here comes Moody. Moody's in a huge advantage. He gets up to that front. He's going to be able to push those guys trying to save tires or save fuel. He's got plenty of fuel to make it the rest of the way from the sounds of it. And these front guys may be pushing it. Maybe they saved enough as Mark Thrash is hard in the wall out of turn number 2. Mark Thrash hard in the wall out of turn number 2. Might be some serious damage on that thing. Let's take a look. It actually doesn't look bad. I don't know if he caught the wheel, but the car does not look bad as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Not really sure what happened there. We're gonna try and go back and take a look and see. Let's see what happened to Mark Thrash here. Oh, Shane got up underneath him and it got him loose because he was trying to manipulate that without collecting either one of those guys. Mark getting the worst of that one as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. All right, we're going to bring in Demon once again. He says he's got some more information for us as we got a battle for the lead. What's up, Demon? Demon, you got a copy? Okay, bye. I guess he didn't. Oh, there he is. Are you having issues? You having issues, Demon? Oh, hold on. Okay, I'll move you down. Just tell me when you need me to pull you up. All right, so Johnny No Pants was putting the pressure on Keith Hackney. All right, he's ready for me now. He's ready. Are you ready? I can't hear you. I'm just going to mute you, and when you're ready to talk, you can talk to me. Oh, the VC is messing it up. All right. Jump down. I'll jump down there with you. So jump back down to one of those rooms. I'll jump in with it. All right. Is it working now? That's weird. I've never had an issue there.
Everything he said is tight.
There's a car down there, bud.
I guess there's a car down there, bud.
He's absolutely just fighting his car. It's not even being his friend anymore. However, the thing that you said about Moody. Oh, speaking of which, if the caution came out, Moody said he was going to do a splash and go.
Oh, Asher came down into Banks a little bit. Oh, that's what caused this one. So Asher came down a little bit and got him and Banks. They didn't make a ton of contact, but it definitely, Mark gets contact there. That's going to be some fast repairs getting used. I think Mark's going to use the fast repair there probably. He got that wall hard.
Oh, but, it was interesting. Asher said that if this does go longer than more than 1 or 2 cautions and we stay green, he's going to have to reconsider about those tires. He's going to have to think about those tires again. And he doesn't like talking about those tires because...
Well, I'll tell you what. It is 36 laps to go and everybody's on pit road getting tires right now.
So... I'm more curious now. This place
Moody comes out first. Moody comes out first. Did he take 2 tires? I'm going to tell you. Moody took 2 tires.
Yeah, so he took 2 tires and that's
so did Asher. So did Asher. Hackney took 4. No Pants took 4. Smeal took 4. Alexander took 4. Dalton took just gas. Gibbs took damage repair too, I think, because he did 20 seconds. Kinsey took 4. Everybody took 4, except for Brandon Gibbs, who took 0, I'm assuming. And
hey, Cody, how's my front end?
And Landon and Asher both took 9.
So that's going to be a good question now. Are they confident to run these tires all the way out to the end? Do they feel confident that they can push these tires to their limit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And run them enough to where if there is a caution, which I don't even know if there's overtimes, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's some overtimes.
But I'd be expecting some of these guys to try to save for an overtime, But at the same time, I'm expecting a lot of these guys to say, heck to it, let's just gamble it all out. Let's go for it now.
Yeah, you know, there's a couple guys that are going to be trying to get track position, especially if they're in the back. Shane Haas, Mark Thrash, Cody Nevin. Those guys have been fast all night. They got to make some moves. Brandon Gibbs back in ninth. He's been impressive. Cody Kinsey, last week's winner, he's back in the top 10.
All right, boys. We've had a
He's
good
trying to
run so
move
far.
forward.
Let's
But
finish
they're
it off.
about to go green. They're about to go green again. Jory did not pit as leading the pack. And you can tell Marcus' nose definitely looks good.
All right.
All right. I did look at it. Green flag is out. Oh, Moody spun the tires. Hackney thought about 3 wide. Asher is taking it 3 wide. Asher going to get up underneath, take advantage as there's contact. Oh, we got contact down the back straightaway. Jory going to lead the pack down into 3 and 4. Nowhere for Moody. 4 wide. 4 wide at Richmond through 3 and 4. Hackney up the track. They're trying to wreck. Somehow they keep it straight. Jory just blinked at the perfect time. Down the front straightaway. We've got one around. We're wrecking back in the middle of the pack. Big wreck at 1 and 2. Oh, Reeser gets caught. That had to be the longest wreck I have seen in a long time. That thing took forever to transpire. Oh, ton of damage on Alexander's number 9 there. Wow. They were 4 wide for the lead. Ooh. Oh, Mark got sideways. Oh, Mark definitely scuffed his shit up there. That was the first one. Oh, there might have been contact with Alexander there, and oh man. Now it's no nose. Yeah, so let's back this up a little bit. Looks like Alexander gets into the back. Smeal comes down. Alexander gets in the back of him, has to get on the brakes, man. Alexander was on the brakes there. Oh, just different brake points. That happened forever. Oh, Nevin. Oh, big hit there. That's going to be a ton of damage on Nevin's car. Well, Nevin, you got a nose. Barely. That thing's trying to fall off. He didn't take his. He isn't taking his fast repair right now. I think he had to use it there. I don't think he had a choice, but Nevin. Oh, Nevin didn't use this either. He just fixed his car. All right. So this is definitely interesting as we were going to go back green flag racing with less than 30 laps to go. You know what? If you just pit, did you take the tires? He didn't take it there? That is wild. It's not going to make a huge difference, though. If your car's driving fine and you got a little bit of damage, I don't think it's going to make a big difference here. No, he had to take his fast repair. He had a ton of damage on that thing. There's no way they fixed it that good. All right, so we're getting the series of cautions in the middle part this time. These guys have had a tendency of doing it early and then cleaning it up. Keith Hackney leads the field. How about that 5 wide? 5 wide for the lead, or 4 wide for the lead, was insane. Huh, that's wild. That is wild. 4 wide for the lead. 4 wide for the lead at Richmond is insane. I mean, it's wide enough. They proved it. I don't know how they survived it. I think Jory Blinken actually saved them. If there was a time to blink, Jory found it. All right, pace car is in, looking for the green flag. It is going to be 27 laps to go. Green flag is out. as Hackney on the gas down the front straightaway in the 1 and 2. Mark Thrash going to rip it to the top side. He is looking to pick off some positions early on. He knows there's not a lot of time left as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. No patience there as they head into turn number 3 and 4. How about these moves up through the field? Mark Thrash is picking them off one by one. He is already up into the number 9 spot, making big moves up through the field into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, big snap. He's got to be careful. It gets so narrow out of turn number 2. Anything could happen as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Mark Thrash paving his way back up into the top 10 already. Big moves out of the number 38. Back up front, Asher and Moody duking it out for the number 2 spot as the yellow flag comes out once again. Johnny. Oh, oh no. No, Moody just hooked him. No. Moody turned him down the front straightaway, just a little too close. No, he hasn't. He has not pitted. Moody. Austin Moody. Landon Dillon doing his thing as Johnny No Pants goes around. He is not going to be happy about that one. How about those moves by Mark? He's going to be starting on the inside this time. Not going to be able to make those moves, but he's already up into the number 7 spot. He has got himself in position, and I'm curious. Let's go look at that last pit. Oh, he definitely took 4 tires that last pit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he took 4 tires that last pit stop. All right, so it is going to be pretty close to a 20-lap shootout here. Moody. Oh, Moody. Moody getting the EOL in the 84. He's going to be at the back of the pack. He's got to come up through the field. Will he go ahead and get some tire? Moody is not happy. That is... Oh, I didn't realize I had somebody else in here. I forgot I was down here. Thrash has got balls. They're talking about Thrash's move on that restart. Oh, he's starting on the outside again. All right, guys, we are going to be looking. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for turn number 1 and 2. I don't want to hear that. I'll talk to Nevin after. Looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Pace car is in. Out of turn 4. Looking for the green. Hackney leads the way. Green flag is out. We got 20 laps to go as they come across the line. 20 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be side by side for that number 2 spot. Here comes Shane Haas down low. Drag race out of turn number 2. Big stack up down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Nowhere for Mark Thrash to go. He made all those moves earlier. Now he gets stuck behind the 13. He's got to find his way around him as they come into turn number 1 and 2. So he's going to take it 3 wide. Takes it up the middle, up underneath John Smeal. Oh, they're going to run out of room. Mark Thrash going to back out as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Thrash going to go to the bottom. Down to the bottom side. Nevin coming up. Oh, Smeal into the wall. Here comes Thrash. He gives him the door. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. These guys trying to break their way into turn at number 1 and 2. Caution flag comes out. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was 100%. Big wreck here. Moody's going to... Oh. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I know. All right, so Hackney going to lead the way. We get a caution flag here once again. All right, so caution flag out once again. They're going to call that one a racing deal as we are 104 laps in. Every one of these pace laps might be a good thing for Hackney because Mark Thrash is coming in a hurry. So is Nevin.
One more time. They started to talk over you again.
I'm sorry about the Glen last week.
I think he just wanted to keep hearing you say sorry.
Nevin had said that like 3 times already.
I mean, I'm looking at this car in front of me. It definitely says Mark's fault.
All right. We need an audio clip of it. Yeah. We are clipping that. We are clipping that, Nevin, by the way. All right. We are looking for some more green flag action. And I wish we could get some green flags. These guys are getting antsy. The field is definitely thinning out. Can we get the rest of this one green flag, please? I want to see this one pan out the way it should. Hackney out front leading the way. He's going to have Asher to his outside. All right, side by side through the field as we are going to get the green flag this time by. Will this be the final restart? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. It has gotten a little wild here. It is that we got 6K likes. Nope. Says nope, says the demon. That will not be the last one. Pace car is off, looking for the green out of turn number 4. Oh no. Wow. Looks like there might have been some net code there. I don't know if that would have been anybody's fault. That was everybody just pinching everybody. He definitely caused a couple tonight. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't know. Asher's going to have tires. I don't know how big a difference tires are going to make. They haven't had any green flags. I know. But he did. He caused... Well, yours was borderline. He definitely caused two other ones. I think yours just happened because it was in the back and it's go time, and yeah. Probably not a hole I would have put it in normally. But this is going to get interesting. Mark Thrash is back up into the top 3. He's letting Hackney know he's there. He's got Nevin to the outside. As they are going to stack them up, we are looking for the green flag here. It is going to be an 8-lap shootout. 8-lap shootout. All right. Yeah, I heard. I saw. That's unfortunate. Shane Haas did lose his internet, which is unfortunate. That's got to be frustrating for him. He did. He is. Oh, no. Is he back out there? He might be back in trying to salvage something tonight. He is back in. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, he's back. So Shane is coming back in as they are going green flag out of turn number 4 down into 1 and 2. He needs to keep it down on the bottom. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, here comes Mark Thrash. Thrash up to the number 2 spot. Does he have anything for Hackney? Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be single file for the top 4 as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Hackney going to lead the way with 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney going to move to the outside. Shane's going to keep it down low. Down the back straightaway. Top 4 pulling away from the field. Thrash trying to catch the 69. Can't quite get there. How about Banks in the number 3 position? But he's got Nevin all over the back of him as Banks gets in the wall. Here comes Cody Nevin. Right? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. It is going to be Keith Hackney leading the way. Here comes Mark Thrash. Mark might have newer tires. This could get interesting as they get 5 laps to go. Thrash is giving it all he has. He's all over the back of Hackney. Almost gets in the back of him. Has to lock him up into 1 and 2. Battle right behind these guys for the number 3 spot, but I can't get off this battle. Thrash. Thrash is doing all but tossing Hackney's salad right now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 4 laps to go this time by. 4 laps to go down into 1 and 2. Does Mark Thrash have anything for the 69? Will he use the bumper? All these questions going through everyone's mind up at the front of the pack as they come down the back straightaway. 3 laps to go when they hit the line this time by. Hackney going to pull away from him through turn number 3 and 4. Mark might have used up the good in those tires as Hackney stretches it out 0.3 of a second. Into turn number 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Looks like Mark's a little better in 1 and 2, but Hackney definitely has 3 and 4 worked out. Let's see if Mark can hit 3 and 4 a little bit better this time as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Oh, yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. They were 3 wide coming out of turn number 2, and we got John's going to get the wall and come down into Jory. Jory did a great job. Oh, my God. So we are going to get a green-white checker situation. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, so Shane Haas getting some laps back. As the pace lights are on, he's trying to get those. I don't know if Shane's going to get all those laps back, but he is certainly trying. Landon's back up in the. Oh my God, this is going to get freaking interesting. Holy shit. Look at the top four: Keith Hackney, Mark Thrash, Cody Nevin, and Landon Moody. This could be Tyson Banks' race to win. All right, so Shane Haas getting those laps back as they are pacing for now. Pace lights still are on. Hold on, I gotta go fuck with these guys.
Jory.
Hey, I just want to say, Tyson Banks might win this thing because look at the top four.
There ain't no way I win this.
You don't think those four?
That's not gonna happen.
Chrome horn, Tyson. Chrome horn, Tyson.
Look, they all have chrome horns in front of them. I mean, just wait for Moody to get to the back of Hackney.
Right. Yeah,
Well, yeah, Moody has not made friends this race.
No, he hasn't. All right, I had to give you guys shit.
Tyson, you and I start in third row.
Have fun, guys. All right, looking for the green flag this time by as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green, white checker, attempt number 1. Will they survive as they come out of turn number 4? Green flag is out. Great jump by Hackney. Mark Thrash has to deal with Nevin. Nevin down low, down the back front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Asher hard in the wall in that number 18. Side by side for second. Hackney's pulling away down the back straightaway. Oh, Mark into the wall. Drag race into turn number 3. Nevin down low. Here comes Moody, 3 wide. Moody's going to sweep him out of the way. Out of turn number 4 up to second. They're wrecking out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Mark Thrash totally got fucked there as we got a big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Big stack up out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. It's Nevin and Moody for second. Hackney leading the way. Nevin into the door. Here comes the 9 Alexander. Alexander and wow, I didn't even know what the fuck I'm saying. It's going to be Hackney, Moody, Nevin, Alexander Smith, and Tyson Banks, your top 5. All right, so Hackney takes the win here tonight. Oh my God, we're gonna go take a look. There were so many passes. We're gonna go watch that one again. I think Mark just all F Ford. He was going around. I don't think he wanted to wreck the field, and the field ended up wrecking anyway. All right, so let's go watch and see what happened here. Oh, Mark gets loose. Moody is, or Shane is. Yeah, I know you do. Oh, that is unfortunate. All right, so we're going to back this up a little bit, get those guys back on the track. And we are going to go through the results. I'll pull those top 3 in. All right, it's going to be Keith Hackney with the win. Landon Moody in second. Cody Nevin in third. Alexander Smith in fourth, Tyson Banks in fifth. All right. Sorry, I was pausing it. It's going to be Johnny Gutekunst in that number 6 spot. Asher, 7th. Cody Kinsey in 8th. Going to be Robert Andring in that number 9 spot. Dalton DeRosa in 10th. Shane Haas in 11th. Going to be John Smeal in 12th. Brandon in 13th. Mark Thrash in 14th. Jory's going to be 15th. Gibbs in 16th. McGowan in 17th. Reeser in 18th. King, Basler, Prettyman, and James rounding out the field. All right, let's bring these guys in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hello. Well, that got awfully interesting. Well, Nevin, you had an up and down day. Able to bring it up. I thought you had used the fast repair earlier. Apparently you didn't. How many fast repairs did you have tonight?
Just one. I thought my car was junked earlier, but it said it was like 50 seconds to repair, so I just sat it out.
Yeah. No, definitely. And the damage doesn't make as big a difference here. But great run. I mean, you know, there was a group of you at the beginning of this thing, 7 of you that were awfully fast. You guys couldn't shake each other. Good race in there. Had to go back, come up through the field. But that 11 was fast and kept the nose on it tonight.
Yeah, it's always good when you can keep the nose on her. As much as I love the nickname, but yeah, no, it was the first green flag run we had, man. That was awesome. I mean, that was some of the best racing I've had on the sim in a long time. Definitely that 7-6 car breakaway, that was awesome. Got a little choppy towards the middle, but I mean that's just short track racing, you know. No, we had speed. Definitely a lot better when the sun went down compared to when it was hot and greasy out there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, man, battling with Landon and Mark and Shane and Keith and Alexander, Tyson, Johnny No Pants. I mean, you name it, Asher. It was a blast, man.
Yeah, definitely a great race up front. I mean, Mark was there. You and Mark had a battle. It's great. We're definitely clipping that part where you apologized to him like 3 or 4 times. That's going on the soundboard. But yeah, good racing up at the front. Got a little shaky more in the middle of the pack. It seemed like when you got that first caution about 40-ish laps in, it was like everybody kind of figured it out, got those fresh tires, and pushed a little harder.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking that too. As soon as we went yellow for the first time, I'm like, well, there goes the neighborhood. And everybody got those freshies, and they're like, all right, now I know how much I can push and how much I can. It definitely showed. But I mean, you know, I really would have loved to see it. I mic'd up right before the race. I said, you know, I'd really like to see this thing go green to checker. We made a good attempt at it, but if that would have been the case, man, I think it would have either been strung on really boring or would have been cool strategy game. But I mean, I think overall it was good. Just a bunch of dirt guys trying to figure out asphalt, and I think we're getting there. We're not perfect, but we're getting there.
Definitely getting there. Great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Absolutely. First and foremost, you, James, appreciate you doing this for us. It's really fun to go back and watch it. I have a blast. I know that all the guys at F11 do too. Appreciate you helping us out there. So big shout out to you. Win Race Designs for the wrap. Tunnel Vision, Keith's photography company there. Obviously, Factory 11 SimSports. Check us out at www.factory11simsports.com. Schmiel Race Designs, Madhouse Industries, Whitey's Photography, Trap House Chassis, Twisted Designs, Forge Graphics, CNEV Track Prep, all you guys, Mark, Landon, Shane, Asher, all you guys for coming out doing this on Wednesdays and racing with us. We have a hell of a time with you guys and love having you guys over here. And we hope to see you guys back next week for Bristol and just everybody behind the scenes that helps us get it done, man.
I'll be keeping an eye on that website, and we'll know when you really make it when you start selling puppies.
Yeah, we'll work on the Frenchies.
All right. So, Moody, I don't know if you passed or hit more cars. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Moody.
Yeah, didn't make. I don't think I made a whole lot of friends.
I don't think you made any friends.
I think Gibbs don't want to talk to me for a little bit, so I'm gonna let that sit. But
no, he said he wasn't mad. He was just frustrated.
I mean, I think that was everybody really, especially at the end of that race. It kind of got stupid. But as a short track, what is going to happen? I guess.
I think the one I would be worried about is Mark.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get the best end of that deal at the end with me and Nevin, but I had to try something. So, and I feel like I owed Nevin a receipt from earlier, so
Well, I definitely feel
decided to
like
pay it back.
I definitely feel like the other person is going to be Johnny is going to put on a pair of pants and come knocking on your door, maybe, you know. But but anyway,
Well,
it was great racing. I mean, you at the beginning of this race, you and Hackney, I don't know how many laps, like 10 laps. You guys seemed like you were side by side for I think third or fourth. And you guys ended up that way a lot. I mean, it really looked like you could tell you two were the ones that you knew you had to beat each other in order to win this thing. And obviously, you guys ended up finishing 1 and 2. Was that kind of the thought process earlier? Because I mean, you know, you know it's early. You don't want to beat up your stuff too much, but you know that Hackney's the one you're racing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I knew that going into tonight, especially after that heat race. I mean, he definitely didn't. He didn't leave my side at all, and I knew he was probably gonna be the guy to beat. If not him, probably Mark was gonna be up there, and Johnny No Pants was up there too for sure. But it was a tough track to pass. The top lane was really good, especially if you could get wound up there, and the bottom lane was really tough. I mean, you could pass down there. I mean, I made some passes down there, but it was really tough, and you had to work a few laps to make it work on both ends. But it was definitely not going to be easy with Keith, because I mean, once I finally got to the lead early in the race, I was just going to just ride, save my stuff. But I definitely had to let my guard down a little bit, and he got right back by me. So, and then I never really got back to the front after that since. But just overall, it was a tough race. But I mean, Keith did what he needed to do. He ran a smart race, clean race, and he was fast.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I want to thank you for putting on the broadcast, Cody, for putting on this deal. It's been pretty fun. Next week will be interesting at Bristol. Justin Norwood, SimSports, Precision 3D Prints and Designs, all the guys all the friends that raced here tonight, Shane, Mark, and Asher. Good runs to all of them. I know Asher and Shane and Mark didn't have really the greatest luck, and I know Shane didn't, especially with him crashing there at the end, crashed out at the end of there. And all the friends and family watching, and we'll see y'all at Bristol.
Good run. Good second place. And Keith Hackney, man, what a run here tonight. You had a couple surprises. I mean, you knew you had to deal with Landon, but you had Johnny for a big part of that. Gudekunst was really fast here tonight. Definitely putting the pressure on you. Got turned around and didn't have to deal with him. I'm sure you were relieved by that for a little bit, because he was putting a lot of pressure on you. And then here comes Mark at the end of this thing. If that thing hadn't gone, if you hadn't gotten that late caution, were you a little worried about Mark? It seemed like he was really good in 1 and 2.
I mean, I don't. It's hard to say. I mean, granted, all them guys up front, they was super fast. Whenever we tested last night, one race we tested during the day and one race we tested at night, and I learned something about both. And as far as like my settings, like as far as in game, and even on my my profiler, like I changed some things for the feature because I felt like it would be better at nighttime, in which it was. I mean, I could tell it when we first started this race. I was a little bit too free on that first run, and that's sort of why I fell back a little bit. But I knew, like, once the track it went to the nighttime, I was gonna be a lot better. Just based on what we tested with. So I felt good. I wasn't really pushing it. Maybe next to the last caution. I don't know if it was next to the last caution or maybe the caution before that. I told Cody I was pushing it a lot harder than what I was, because my right front didn't wear that much on that first 40 lap run. It was just my right rear, just because of my settings and how I was driving it. So we just sort of played that factor, and I mean, I was there. I mean, if he was going to pass me, he's going to have to move me. I mean, that's all there was to it. I mean, we was all up there racing hard, and you know, everybody's dive bombing. Everybody's trying to get that run in the corner, and which, I mean, it's short track racing. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad either way. I mean, it is what it is at that point, because I would have did the same thing. And you do what you got to do to win. But all in all, I mean, I'm happy. I've been fast every week, and we can't see, or we haven't been able to get up here on the podium besides the first week, and it's sort of irritating a little bit because I'm not used to that. Um, but at the same time, these guys, they got 3 and 4K I ratings, and they run a lot more asphalt than I do as far as officials, and I don't do that. But just to know I can come in here and know I'm a threat just as well as they are. So I mean, I'm happy with it, and we're gonna try to keep this momentum up now. I've never drove these cars before. This league, obviously, I know they're new, but even the old ones, I didn't drive them that much either. But even with these new ones, I don't drive them other than this league. I don't run no officials, I don't run no hosts, no nothing. So if we test like the day before, or I might turn a couple laps here and there. But I'm ready to go, man. Like I'm pumped. I love this stuff. I love the competition. You're only as good as who you race against, and yeah, we're just ready to go to next week.
I'm telling you, this is probably some of the toughest competition I personally seen you have on iRacing asphalt, and I mean, you did good in my dirt series too when I did the big blocks, but just in the asphalt spectrum, this has been some of the toughest competition, and probably the biggest surprise because a good portion of them are dirt guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just like we was talking about before the race, these dirt guys, everybody, like we can compare easier than guys can go from asphalt to dirt, and that I think that's what separates the dirt guys on the sim. I really do think we're better drivers just because we know how to control our cars just because of the dirt, and stuff like that. So this is a new car, just like going back to Southern Grown days, old Johnny No Pants, like we go way back, and I knew he was good. I know he was fast and stuff like that. But you give me a season, I'll figure it out. You give me another season, it's game over. So, and I'm not being cocky with that at all. It's just I have to learn the cars, just like anybody else on the sim. You got to learn the cars, and once you learn them, you'll be good. So,
Do I
yeah,
need to
all
call
in all,
Tom?
man.
Do I need to call Thomas Smalling?
Oh, I mean, if you got to do that, then, hey, we're okay.
Great
But
run.
yeah, man,
Go
it
ahead.
was fun, man. Like I enjoyed it. Like I'm enjoying this league probably more than anything on the sim. I mean, I look forward to this every week, and I don't run much dirt other than just the stuff that I build on the dirt side. I'll run my couple races over there, and then we'll come over here and get ready for this because I know it's going to be a challenge for myself. I can't speak on everybody else, but I can speak on myself. It's a challenge for myself. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait every week, every Wednesday for it to come around.
Well, it's always fun when you got a carrot hanging in front of you because, we all know you're going to chase after it. So great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, everybody at F11, man. Like it's just a lot of our guys are in here, and they've showed improvement even on the asphalt side as far as the dirt side as well. So shout out to every one of them guys. Um, you for putting on the broadcast, Tunnel Vision by Hackney. You can get with me for your paint, pictures, whatever you need, videos. I don't really care. NLR, my personal team. Um, my wife for putting up with me for doing this. She's probably one of my biggest supporters on the sim, and yeah, that's about it. And Cody, obviously, for putting this on, having to deal with this headache, and I want to thank Landon for running me hard and clean, even though I know he's my biggest fan. And yeah, we'll just keep it going, man. It's going to be enjoyable for the rest of the season.
It's going to come down to the end of the season. Cody's definitely picking up the pace and in contention. Mark had a bad day today. Landon's fast every week. It's going to be crazy. I don't know who's going to win this championship.
I'm gonna break through one of these weeks.
You're going to
trust me.
break through somebody's bumper anyway.
Well, listen, it happens. That's why I'm called Crash Cushion for a reason.
Yeah, I actually introduced you as Landon Dillon. I mean Austin Moody.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's an ongoing MDI joke that I need to give them context about.
I already did. Go ahead now.
Well, I figured you did. You tell them. You tell anybody anything.
I love
really.
it. It's the best story ever. I got to show them the video of you sending it back for Oswego.
Oh, brother. Oh, that's out there. That's archived somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh, I got the replay.
That's awesome.
I bet you do.
What were you about to say, Nevin?
I was just gonna say, I appreciate everybody showing up week in, week out, despite all the drama and after the races or whatever. Everybody kind of puts it puts it to the side next week and comes out with a clean mindset and a clean head, and it's a really good time, and it's cool to watch. Like me and you've talked now a couple different times. It's cool to watch these guys throughout the season. And I mean, I know we're only just about halfway through, but the progression of some of these guys is really impressive. It's honestly just it goes to show that if you put your time and effort into something, that you can be good at it. I know, like, on the official side of things, a lot of guys on our team, they get frustrated. It's like, well, I'm not fast, I'm getting my ass kicked. It's like, what what do you expect? You can't go out there just jump in the car. I mean, you can, I guess. You can get lucky. You can pull a horseshoe out of your ass every now and then, but if you want to go out there and you want to compete and you want to be the best, you have to go and you have to spin laps. You have to do what you got to do. So it's cool watching these guys actually get out of their comfort zone and go out and run these races and improve. I just think it's really cool, anyways. So,
It's cool. It's a good building opportunity with the team, and it actually does improve their skills in other points when they go back onto dirt. They got that fresh mind, and there are things they can take away from this that they can transfer over there too. So I
Exactly.
mean, it is kind of cool to see everybody kind of play both sides of the field here with the racing deal. So
I have
agree.
said that.
Well,
I
well,
have
well,
said that so many times.
yeah,
I've
for
said it so
sure.
many times. Like everything on the asphalt, it transfers to the dirt side. It teaches you to be patient. It teaches you to take care of your car, your equipment, whatever you want to say. And if you can do that on the asphalt side, I guarantee it's gonna make you a better dirt driver. And then vice versa. You do it on the dirt side, you can come over to asphalt. Okay, well I have this mindset. Okay, let me take care of my car. Let me take care of my tires. Blah blah blah. It's gonna make you faster. And I have said this so many times over the years. And once they get that, whoever gets that in their head, I'm telling you, they're going to be competitive. Anybody can win in this league. I mean, yes, I know. Obviously, skill set. There's a few drivers, including myself, and Landon and Thrash and Asher and stuff like that. I get that, but some of these other guys, you're really starting to see they're starting to pick it up.
Well,
They're starting to speed.
Alexander.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
That's
Banks
really
had a solid
impressive.
run today. I know it was
Yes,
in the
he
back
did.
a little bit,
Exactly.
but I mean, a couple of these guys are guys that are definitely Gibbs. If Gibbs can stay
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
trouble,
yeah.
he's got the speed.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. There's a couple of guys too, like Samuel Lawson. He's another one. He's been busy the last couple weeks. He'll be in. He's a really good on dirt. Nick Ely's in the middle of moving houses. I mean, he was good early on in the season. So there's a couple guys in here that are dirt guys that are good. And then I mean, I'm just gonna call that what it is. I mean, between Shane, Mark, Landon, and Keith. I mean, and Pointer when he was running, those were the favorites. Cody Kinsey, he's good, but I mean, I don't sleep on them dirt guys.
No, I
That's
don't. I
no, absolutely
definitely
no, and I know you're like
don't.
you're their biggest advocate, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I enjoy watching and going back and looking at the race call after, and it's very evident that you enjoy calling it. So we appreciate you for that, man. I can't tell you how many times we've been in Discord and they're like, "Did you guys watch the race back?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's fun. It's
Yeah,
it's a good time all around, man.
I
Something
definitely enjoy doing it. Go ahead, Hackney.
something I want to say right quick is that there again, I'm speaking on myself, like as a dirt driver, majority dirt driver, obviously real life stuff like that. When I come on
Yeah.
the sim, race it for however many years. Coming over to the asphalt side, I had a whole lot to learn. I thought I was the fastest thing ever the first 10 laps, and then I fell off. But then you learn to actually drive the car. You learn to understand the car, and understand the
Save
track,
tires, etc.
exactly, save
Yep.
tires. Like when you start understanding that, it makes your whole mindset completely different. And once you have that, I guarantee you will feel so much more confident, like at least 80-90% confident. Like you can hop in these races, like, you know what, that's cool. You can be fast these first 20, because I guarantee you the last 20, I'm gonna bust your ass.
Yep.
So and that's just, that comes with experience, that comes with time, it comes with laps. I mean, it comes with all kinds of stuff. So anybody that's in our league that's listening to this right now, I mean, if you're getting agitated or irritated or whatever it is, just give it time. Just understand it. Because I got my ass busted in Southern Grown years ago, the first season.
The first
I
season.
got my the
Yeah,
first season I got my ass busted, and I told them, I said, okay, I'm gonna come back next season, I'm gonna do my homework, and I'm gonna bust your ass. And that's exactly what I did.
they
And that's the
instantly
same
want their grip hacks.
exactly. Exactly. So I mean, that's the same kind of mindset these guys need to have if they want to stick with it, because I'm telling you, if they stick with it, they're going to be so much better. Or hold on, they're going to be so much of a better driver on the sim, regardless of what you
all
run.
around. All around.
All around.
Look,
All
I
around.
was impressed. You want to, the ovals have impressed me, but last week impressed me the most out of the group. Like that
Yes.
put it in a whole different perspective for me. I was already impressed. I already knew it was going to be great, but when we went to the Glen and I saw how much improvement there was in a 33 lap race. I mean, that was, and they stuck it out. That was the key. They stuck it out. So I mean, that definitely I became a bigger fan of the series last week for sure.
I was really impressed the way last week went. Like I don't know if we can top that. The best race might be Watkins Glen.
It might be. It might be. All right, I got to ask one person one more question. Mark Thrash, how wide is your car going to be next week at Bristol when you're around Landon Moody? He stepped away.
I was looking
We
forward
will
to
never
that.
know.
Oh, you've already been there.
Oh, I know. And I know how it's probably going to end too.
Maybe
But
I'll just ride in
Nevin,
the back next week.
Nevin, if you're around me or the 38, grab your popcorn. It's going to be a heck of a night next week. I'm just saying.
Right on. I'm
In
all
Bristol,
about
there's no escaping Bristol.
I will tell you right now. Mark will hate him on the track, but as soon as they're done, they'll laugh and joke.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about,
That is how a rivalry works.
That is how it works every time they get into this position on the track, and it's great. And
That's how it should be, man.
Mark makes it funny too. So
See, that was something else me and Cody just talked about right here at the end of the race. I was like, you know what? I think in this league, Landon might be my rival. And he was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, you know what? We'll sit here and we'll race hard. We'll do whatever, but I guarantee I sit here. I do everything I can to help him in anything else. Like I don't care.
yeah.
Like I want to be.
We put on clean racing last couple weeks for sure. I mean,
It's been amazing to watch.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if you're good, you're good. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from you or anybody else on this sim. But in order for me to get better, I want to beat you. Period.
Oh, and
You know?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm same way. I'm same way on dirt and stuff. I mean, I want to try to beat some of the best guys out there for sure.
Yeah, the dirt race is going to be interesting. I can't wait.
That's kind of gonna be a wild card race because that could really be anybody's race to win, really, because everybody's all familiar.
Hackney will win.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, Hackney will probably win.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Well, we still got to worry about Mark Thrash.
Yeah.
You guys got to get Mark on the track and practicing.
Anytime
he might be getting a hold of you, Nevin, now just so he can beat Moody
or Hackney.
Yeah. Anytime any of you guys want to spin fucking dirt laps, I'm down. Anytime, just get a hold of.
I mean, heck, I might come practice with y'all. Who knows?
Yeah,
Dude,
we can do.
I mean, it's like nothing foreign to me. I've raced stock cars on dirt before, but like, I mean, it just to learn the smallest things would never hurt either.
No, absolutely. It would help the group as a whole too.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna close down the stream. I will be right back.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, James.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I just wanted to call him Griff Hackney for real. Let's fucking go. All right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate you. Great racing here tonight. Got a little sloppy, but these guys will get it figured out.